Hello and welcome to Replacement Player Baseball. Today the Cubs are in New York for Game 2 of a 4-game series. The Cubs dropped the first game in a 5-6 decision as the Mets came back and rallied in the 9th inning of that ball game. Today, however, the Cubs are hoping for a different outcome as Lance McCullers will be on the mound for Chicago. McCullers is making start number 15, has a 7-2 record with a 3.54 ERA and a 1.33 WHIP. Cubs lineup will include Horner, Correa, Santana, Springer, Harper, Cron, Amaya, Estrada, and McCullers batting 9th. For the Mets, Chris Johnson is going to be on the mound. He's making start number 14 with a 3-5 record. He has a 3.89 ERA and a 1.51 WHIP. Johnson will be batting 9th in the Mets lineup as they will feature Jimenez leading off, followed by Nimmo, Smith, Alonso, Conforto, Davis, Guillermo, Avila, and Johnson batting 9th. It is 70 degrees, the wind blowing in from center at 11 mph. And it is time to start today's ball game. As we see the Mets taking the field, and Nico Horner stepping up to the plate for the Cubs. This is going to be a good time to point out that Carlos Correa, who is batting second for the Cubs, is working on a hitting streak. He is going to be looking to try to extend that today as well. The Cubs also, due to the overuse of the bullpen during the doubleheader and then yesterday's game, have brought up Ian Hamilton from Iowa to pitch in potentially today's game or tomorrow's. So Nico Horner hits it on the ground to third. He's going to beat it out for an infield single to lead off the game for the Cubs. Carlos Correa now the batter with one man on, nobody out. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Correa. He swings and misses at strike 3. That was a high fastball for out number 1. Danny Santana now the batter. One out, one man on. 1-1 is the count. There's a drive to deep left field very high. And you can kiss it goodbye. It is out of the ballpark. Danny Santana with a 2-run home run in the top of the first inning, giving the Cubs an early 2-0 lead. 397 feet out into the left field bleachers. 7 home runs on the season for Santana, and that'll bring up George Springer. 1 out, nobody on. Full count payoff pitch. Here it comes. Springer takes inside for ball 4. Johnson deals the walk. And now Bryce Harper, the batter. Harper with 1 out, 1 man on, facing Johnson with a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. And a line drive to right. That's going to be caught as the right fielder Conforto, running toward the line, makes the catch for out number 2. Johnson now facing C.J. Cron with 2 outs and a runner on first. Here's the 2-strike count and the pitch to Cron, and he grounds it over to third. Picked up and thrown to second, and that is going to retire the side. So the Cubs score twice on the Santana home run. We're going to the bottom of the first of a 2-0 ball game. Lance McCullers on the mound for the Cubs, facing off with Jimenez, who is leading off for the Mets. Here's a 2-ball count. McCullers looking to deal the pitch. And here it comes. There's a grounder toward short. This will be routine. Correa has it, throwing to first for out number 1. Nimmo now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 3-1 is the count to Nimmo. Here comes the pitch. Low for ball 4. So the walk is issued. And now the Mets have a runner on first, with Dominic Smith coming up to the plate. McCullers working with a full count. Here's the pitch to Smith. There's a pop-up to short left field. Coming in fast is Santana. He puts it away for out number 2. The throw to first as they try to get back in behind the runner and double him off, but he slides in safely. So 2 outs and the runner on first. Pete Alonso is the batter. Bottom of the first inning, Cubs up by 2. Here's a full count pitch to Alonso, and that is outside for ball 4. So second walk of the inning issued by McCullers. It brings up Conforto. With 2 outs, 2 men on, here's the 1-2 count and the pitch from McCullers. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. That was a breaking ball that dove down under his bat, and out number 3 is recorded. So the Mets strand 2. They do not score. We're going to the top of the second of a 2-0 Cub lead. Amaya facing Johnson here in the top of the second inning. 1 strike is the count. Johnson delivers the pitch. Grounder in front of the plate. The catcher pops up and has it, and he throws it away down the first base line. Amaya's going to head for second, and he's going to slide in safely on the error. So, an errant throw gives the Cubs a runner in scoring position to lead off the second inning. Thairo Estrada now the batter with a 1-ball count. Here's the pitch, and Estrada pops up in foul territory. Chasing is the first baseman Alonso, and he drops it. Alonso having a tough day over at first base, or even just a tough half inning. So, new life for Thairo Estrada as he faces Johnson, now with a full count, and outside for ball 4. So, he didn't exactly reach on the error, but he certainly got second life due to the error. And now the pitcher McCullers comes up. And McCullers is going to be asked to lay down the sacrifice right here. With nobody out, 2 men on, McCullers lays down the bunt. He deadens it right in front of the plate. The only play is at first, the catcher throwing down to the second baseman covering, and that is out number 1. The runners advance to second and third respectively. And now, Nico Horner is the batter. He's 1 for 1 today. Facing off with Chris Johnson with runners on second and third, 1 out in the top of the second inning. 2-1 is the count to Horner. And Horner drives it toward the right field wall. That's going to be 1 hop on the warning track toward the wall. Horner with extra bases. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. Horner with a RBI double. And now the Cubs have a 4-0 lead in the top of the second inning. Nico Horner with RBIs number 36 and 37 on the season, doubling the Cubs' lead here in the second inning. Johnson now facing Correa with 1 out, runner in scoring position. Here comes the 1-2 pitch, and Correa pops it up, short left field. Coming in is the left fielder. He looks up and makes the catch. The runner tags up advance. Wow, I think they caught the left fielder sleeping there as Horner tags up and slides safely into third, allowing Correa to be credited with a sacrifice. So now, Danny Santana is the batter with 2 outs and a runner on third. Santana with a home run his first time up. Johnson working, full count. Here's the pitch. Santana drives that one into left field. That one is going to be 1 hop to the wall. Didn't quite make it all the way out. Horner scores. Santana into second with a stand-up double, and the Cubs now have a 5-0 lead here in the top of the second inning. So George Springer is the next batter. 2 outs, runner on second. Johnson facing Springer with a full count. Here comes the pitch. Springer grounds it to third. Picked up. The throw goes over to first, and that'll retire the side. The Cubs scoring 3 times to make it a 5-0 lead in the top of the second inning. McCullers now coming back out to face Davis here in the bottom of the second inning, leading off for the Mets. 2 strikes is the count. McCullers delivers. There's a grounder toward short. Correa has it. He throws to first. That's out number 1. Guillermo the batter now with 1 out, nobody on. 3-1 is the count. McCullers delivers the pitch. And there's a grounder toward third. Estrada has this one. He throws it over to first for out number 2. Avila the batter with 2 outs, nobody on. 2 strikes is the count. Here is the pitch. And Avila swings and misses to end the inning. McCullers ending the inning on a strikeout. As the Mets go down in order, we go to the top of the third of a 5-0 Cub lead. Bryce Harper now the batter against Johnson in the top of the third inning. Harper waiting for the 2-2 pitch. And Harper drives that one over the first baseman's head into right field. That is going to be a leadoff single for Bryce Harper as he stops with a big wide turn at first. So now C.J. Cron is the batter, and Steven Matz is coming out of the Mets bullpen. Matz, has only thrown 1 inning this year and struck out 1. Has he been down at AAA? What's his... Yes, he has thrown... He made 6 appearances at Syracuse this season. He must have just recently been called up. So Steven Matz in the game facing C.J. Cron with a runner on first, nobody out in the top of the third inning. 1-1 is the count. Steven Matz delivering. Cron grounds it to third. The throw to second. The relay to first. That is a 5-4-3 double play. So the Mets infield defense looks sharp, turning the double play here in the top of the third inning. Miguel Amaya now the batter. With 2 outs, nobody on. Amaya 0 for 1, waiting for the full count pitch. And Amaya grounds it to third. The throw goes over to first, and that'll end the inning. So the Cubs go down in order. We go down to the bottom of the third of a 5-0 ball game. McCullers facing Matz here in the bottom of the third with a 1-strike count. Here's the pitch. Matz drives that one down the left field line. Steven Matz coming into the game with a mission. He ropes a double into left field, and that's going to give the Mets a runner in scoring position to lead off the bottom of the third. Next up, Jimenez with a runner on second, nobody out. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. McCullers delivers, and a grounder up the middle. The shortstop, Correa, has it. He looks the runner back and throws over to first for out number 1. Matz, by the way, got the Mets' first hit of this ball game. Brandon Nimmo now the batter, with a runner on second, 1 out. Here's the 1-2 count. And the pitch, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. Brandon Nimmo goes down swinging. McCullers with strikeout number 3 on the day. And now Dominic Smith the batter, with 2 outs and the runner still on second. Here's a 1-ball count and the pitch, and Dominic Smith grounds it to second. Horner has it. He throws to first, which ends the inning. So the Mets strand a runner. We go to the top of the fourth of a 5-0 ball game. Thairo Estrada leading off against Steven Matz here in the top of the fourth inning. 2 strikes is the count. Matz with the pitch. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3, and Estrada way out in front of that changeup for out number 1. McCullers now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. Full count pitch to Lance McCullers. And there's a check swing for strike 3. So 2 outs, both strikeouts in this inning. Nico Horner the next batter. 2 outs, nobody on. 3-1 is the count. Nico Horner waiting for the pitch. And he lines that one into right field, dropping in for a 2-out single. Nico Horner stopping at first, bringing up Carlos Correa, who's 0 for 2 today. Correa facing Matz. 2 outs, 1 man on. Here comes the 2-ball count and the pitch, and Correa grounds it to second. A diving play. The throw goes to first, and Correa is retired 4-3 to end the inning. Very nice defensive work there by the Mets second baseman to dive and throw from his knees to get Correa over at first. So the Cubs strand a runner. They do not score. We go to the bottom of the fourth of a 5-0 ball game. McCullers now facing Pete Alonso. Bottom of the fourth inning. Alonso leading the team with 17 home runs. Here's a 1-2 count. And that is strike 3 called right at the letters. So McCullers with the strikeout for the first out of the inning. Conforto now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 is the count. McCullers, here's the pitch. And there is strike 3 looking. That's strikeout number 2 of the inning. And Conforto just nodding his head in disbelief as he heads back to the dugout. J.D. Davis now the batter. 2 outs, nobody on. McCullers with 5 strikeouts in the game. Full count. McCullers delivers. And a liner right up the middle for a base hit. McCullers could not get his glove up in time. The ball went directly over his head into center field for a single. So now, with Davis on first and 2 outs, McCullers working to Guillermo to try to end the inning. Here's a 1-strike pitch, and it gets away. That's a wild pitch. The runner advances to second. So McCullers now needs to settle down and just get this batter out to end the inning. With a 1-1 count, McCullers working. Full count pitch. Here it comes. Grounder to second. 1 hop. Horner has it. He throws to first, which ends the inning. So the Mets strand a runner. They do not score. We go to the top of the fifth of a 5-0 ball game. Danny Santana now leading off for the Cubs. He's 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs in today's game. Batting from the right side against the lefty, Steven Matz. Here's a 1-ball count. Matz looking to deliver the pitch. And a liner into right field. That's going to drop in for another base hit. Santana now 3 for 3 today as he stops at first with a single. And now George Springer the batter. With nobody out, runner on first. Matz facing Springer. Here comes the first pitch. There's a pop-up. Medium depth to right field. Going back as the right fielder toward the warning track. He puts it away for out number 1. Bryce Harper now the batter with 1 out, 1 man on. Matt's working. 2-2 is the count. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Harper struck out on the changeup that was down for the second out of the inning. Matt's now with 3 strikeouts in this appearance. And it brings up C.J. Cron. 2 outs, runner on first. Here comes the 1-strike pitch, and Cron pops it up to right. Chasing toward the line is the right fielder. He's going to look up and make the catch to end the inning. So the Cubs strand a runner. They do not score. We go to the bottom of the 5th of a 5-0 ball game. McCullers coming back out to face Avila here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Mets going to send 8, 9, and 1 batters up here in the bottom of the 5th. 1-2 is the count. McCullers with the pitch. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him with the curveball down and in, and that is out number 1. McCullers, 6 strikeouts in today's game. And now Steven Matz the batter with a 1-1 count. And here's the pitch to Matz, and he gets him to line out directly to the third baseman Estrada. That is out number 2. So Jimenez now the batter with 2 outs, nobody on. 2 balls is the count. Here comes the pitch, and there's a grounder to first. Cron has it. He flips to the pitcher McCullers, who's covering first to end the inning. The Mets go down in order. We go to the top of the 6th of a 5-0 ball game. And now a new pitcher, Drew Smith, coming in off the Mets dugout. Apparently they didn't want to burn a pinch hitter there in the 5th inning. So Smith facing the Cubs' Miguel Amaya to lead off the top of the 6th inning. Here comes the first pitch. Smith delivering. And there's a grounder over to third. Picked up by the third baseman, throwing over to first. And even with a slow roller like that, Amaya is still retired for out number 1. Estrada the batter. 1 out, nobody on. Full count pitch to Estrada. Here it comes. And Estrada strikes out looking. That was a fastball at 98 on the inside corner. Even if he'd swung at that, all he would have done was sawed off his bat right above the hands. So next up is the pitcher McCullers. 2 outs, nobody on. McCullers waiting for the 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. And a pop-up on the infield. The shortstop coming in. He calls for it and puts it away to end the inning. So the Cubs go down in order. We go down to the bottom of the 6th of a 5-0 ball game. And now McCullers coming out with 80 pitches to start out the bottom of the 6th inning. Protecting the 5-run lead. Here's the 1-2 count. McCullers delivers. And a grounder past the first baseman into right field. That's going to be a leadoff single. Stopping at first is Nimmo with a leadoff single. And now Dominic Smith the batter with nobody out and runner on first. Here comes the 2-strike pitch. And a pop-up to left. This time Santana coming in. He looks up and he makes the play for out number 1. The runner holds at first as Pete Alonso comes up. 1 out, 1 man on. First pitch to Alonso, and that gets away for another wild pitch. That's McCullers' second wild pitch of this game. So the runner advances down to second. Alonso now batting with 1 out, the runner on second. Here is the 1-ball count and the pitch to Pete Alonso. And a drive to right. That's going to be over the right. Oh, no. Harper gets back for it. I thought that was going to be over his head. Harper makes the play for the second out of the inning. The runner on second, it tags up and advances to third as Harper made that catch with his back to the infield. Man, that was a frozen rope out to right field. I can't believe Harper got back for that. So good reaction on his part. McCullers now facing Conforto with 2 outs and a runner 90 feet away. Here comes the full count pitch. McCullers delivers a check swing. Ball 4. Wow. So the umpire gives him the benefit of the doubt on that one, and the walk is issued. And now McCullers is facing Davis with 2 outs and runners on the corners in the bottom of the 6th inning. And now we're going to get somebody up in the bullpen. It is going to be Junior Fernandez, because somebody else is going to come in to pitch in the 7th inning regardless. We're going to visit the mound. McCullers, how's you doing? He says, I feel good. I really do. Junior Fernandez warming up in the Cubs bullpen. Now with 2 outs, runners on the corners. McCullers with a chance to end the inning right here. He's facing J.D. Davis. In the bottom of the 6th inning, he is protecting a 5-run lead. Here's the 2-strike count and the pitch. A liner up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Mets get their first run of this ball game as Davis credited with an RBI single. McCullers has had several two-strike counts in this inning and not been able to capitalize on it. And now Guillermo is the batter with 2 outs, runners on first and second. McCullers working. Full count. Here comes the pitch. And a swing and a miss to end the inning. So McCullers gets out of the inning. The Mets score once, they strand 2. We're going to the top of the 7th of a 5-1 ball game. Nico Hoerner leading off for the Cubs in the top of the 7th inning. Hoerner facing Drew Smith, who's coming out for his second inning of work. 1 strike is the count. Here's the pitch to Hoerner. And he lines that one in the gap in left center field. That's going all the way to the wall. Hoerner with extra bases, rounding first, heading for second. He is going to slide into second with a leadoff double. So Hoerner now in scoring position as Correa comes up to bat. Correa 0 for 3 today. Facing off with Smith here in the top of the 7th inning. Here's the 1-1 count and the pitch to Correa, and he's going to ground that one over to first. Picked up by the first baseman, tossed over to the pitcher, who covers the base for the first out of the inning. So Correa, with his hitting streak on the line, grounds out in the top of the 7th inning. And it brings up Danny Santana. Santana, who is 3 for 3, batting from the left side for the first time today, against Drew Smith. There's a runner now on third with 1 out in the top of the 7th inning. Santana batting with a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch, and Santana drives it to deep right field, going back toward the wall. The right fielder looks up, and it's out of the park. Danny Santana with a 2-run home run in the top of the 7th inning. That's his second home run of the day, and the Cubs now have a 7-1 lead. 381 feet down the right field line. Danny Santana has been swinging a hot bat today, and he now has 5 RBIs and 2 home runs in today's game. Santana with 8 home runs on the season. Smith now facing Springer with 1 out, nobody on. Here comes the 1-2 count and the pitch. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Springer goes down swinging at the curve for the second out of the inning. Smith facing Bryce Harper. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's the 1-2 count and the pitch to Harper. And a swing and a miss to end the inning. So Bryce Harper heads back to the dugout as strikeout victim number 2 of the inning. We go now to the bottom of the 7th. It's time to stretch here in New York, and the Cubs are up by 6. So now, in the bottom of the 7th inning, the Cubs are going to be looking to make a switch here, bringing in Junior Fernandez out of the bullpen. And that is actually going to facilitate a change, because what's going to happen is we're going to put Junior Fernandez in the number 4 spot, and Mike Tauschman is going to come in, and he is going to play center field. So now we're here in the bottom of the 7th inning, the Cubs with a 6-run lead, bringing Junior Fernandez out of the bullpen. He has thrown 31 2/3 innings, walked 14, struck out 43, with a 3.41 ERA. Fernandez is going to face the 8-9-1 batters in the Mets lineup here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Fernandez working with a full count. Here is the pitch to Alex Avila. And that is low. It is ball 4. So Fernandez issues the walk. And it brings up Starling Marte. Marte, coming off the Mets bench, is pinch hitting here in the bottom of the 7th with nobody out and runner on first. Fernandez working with a 1-ball count. Here is the pitch to Marte. And there's a liner into right field. That's a base hit. So Fernandez allowing the first 2 runners to reach here in the bottom of the 7th. And now he's facing Jimenez with nobody out, 2 men on. Fernandez working with a 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him on the high fastball for out number 1. Fernandez now facing Nimmo with 1 out, 2 men on. Here's the 1-2 count. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Actually, a check swing for strike 3. Second out of the inning. That was a devastating slider right there from Junior Fernandez. And next up is Dominic Smith with 2 outs, 2 men on. Junior Fernandez working with a 2-2 count. And a check swing for strike 3 to end the inning. So Junior Fernandez, after allowing the first 2 to reach, strikes out 3 in a row to get out of the 7th. We go to the top of the 8th of a 7-1 ball game. And now C.J. Cron is up to bat. And he is going to face Luis Garcia, except that we're going to send a pinch hitter up right here. So as we go to the Cubs bench, what we're going to see is going to be Tristan Casas coming in to pinch hit. Casas is going to bat from the left side. He is 2 for 17 with a home run on the season. He is facing Luis Garcia, who is thrown 13 in the 3rd innings, walked 10, struck out 18 with a 4.05 ERA. Garcia facing Casas in the top of the 8th inning. Here's a 1-strike count. Casas is waiting for the pitch. He is looking for the sign. And Garcia delivers. And there's a liner into the gap in left center field. That is going to drop in for a base hit. So Tristan Casas with the pinch hit single in the top of the 8th inning to lead off for the Cubs. And now Miguel Amaya is the batter. With nobody out, runner on first. Amaya facing Garcia here in the top of the 8th inning. 1 strike is the count. Here comes the pitch. And a grounder towards short. Picked up, thrown to second. The relay to first. That is a 6-4-3 double play. So the Mets infield defense, trying to atone for earlier miscues, has turned 2 double plays now in this game. And Thairo Estrada is the next batter for the Cubs. He comes up in the top of the 8th with 2 outs and nobody on. Estrada facing Garcia with a full count. Here comes the pitch. And a liner past the third baseman into left field. Estrada with the 2-out single as he stops at first here in the top of the 8th inning. Mike Tauschman now the batter. 2 outs, runner on first. Tauschman facing Garcia in the top of the 8th. Cubs up by 6. Here comes the 2-strike pitch. And Tauschman watches strike 3 go by on the outside corner. So the inning is over. The Cubs strand a runner. They do not score. We go to the bottom of the 8th of a 7-1 ball game. And now, Tristan Casas is going to stay in the game to play third. And we need a new first baseman, which is going to be, I believe it's going to be, yes. It's going to be Iri Adrianza. He is going to come in and play first base and bat 8th. And now, Junior Fernandez out on the mound for inning of work number 2. He's going to face Pete Alonso. We're also going to warm up Ian Hamilton. So Fernandez facing Alonso in the bottom of the 8th. Leading off for the Mets, Alonso also leads the team with home runs. Here's a full count pitch to Pete Alonso. And he grounds it back toward the mound. The pitcher has it. He dives for the ball and then throws it away over to first. Man, Junior Fernandez really made a botch out of that one. I don't know why he was on the ground trying to field the ball. And then an errant throw over to first allows Alonso to get all the way to second base on what should have been a routine ground ball back toward the mound. So Fernandez now facing Conforto with nobody out, the runner on second. Here comes a 1-strike pitch. And a liner over the first baseman's head into right field. That's going to be a single. The runner stops at third. Apparently they did not want to test Harper's arm out in right field. So a single puts Alonso on third, and that brings up J.D. Davis. With nobody out, runners on the corners. We're going to visit the mound now. Hamilton is still warming up. Fernandez facing Davis in the bottom of the 8th. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And Fernandez delivers. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. That was a changeup. Strikeout number 4 for Junior Fernandez. And now, after putting the first 2 men on, just like the previous inning, maybe he was going to retire the next 3 in a row. I don't know, but we're not going to find out because now Ian Hamilton is coming into this game. So the substitution this time is going to be Ian Hamilton coming into the number 7 spot and doing the pitching, and Wilson Ramos is going to come into the number 4 spot, and he's going to catch. So another double switch. Hamilton coming out in the 8th inning with 1 out, runners on the corners. He's facing Guillermo from the Mets, trying to get out of this inning, maybe with a double play ground ball. Let's see what happens here. 1-1 is the count. Hamilton firing away with that pitch. There's a pop-up to center. Coming in is Tauschman. He makes the play. The throw goes back to the cutoff man. It was not deep enough, and the runners do not attempt to tag up in advance. So out number 2 is recorded. And now Avila's the batter. 2 outs, runners on the corners. Hamilton dueling with Avila. Full count. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss to end the inning. So Hamilton guns him down with a low fastball. And that is Hamilton's first strikeout of this game. We go to the top of the 9th. It's a 7-1 contest. Garcia now the batter, facing Horner in the top of the 9th. Horner leading off for the Cubs. He is 4 for 4 with 2 RBIs today. Garcia with a 2-1 count. Here comes the pitch. And that's outside, 3-1 count. And Horner draws the walk. So the Cubs have the leadoff man on base, and Carlos Correa gets one more shot at it here in the top of the 9th inning against Luis Garcia. Correa working with a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch, and inside, strike 3 is called right at the knees. So Correa strikes out looking in the top of the 9th inning, and his hitting streak may very well be over now. So Danny Santana is the next batter. Santana has just had a monster day. He is 4 for 4 with 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, and he's going to face the Mets' Michael Cone, who has just come out of the bullpen. Cone has thrown 9 2/3 innings, walked 9, struck out 9, with a 0.93 ERA. That's a lot of 9s, in case you were keeping track. Cone now facing Santana. Runner on first, 1 out. Top of the 9th inning, 2-2 count. Santana waiting for the pitch. The delivery, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Santana goes down swinging, and that is the first time he's been recorded today. So we're here in the top of the 9th with 2 outs and runner on first. Wilson Ramos, who came off the bench to bat for the Cubs here, is facing Michael Cone. Here's the 1-1 count, and Ramos grounds it toward third. It's picked up and thrown to second. The lead runner is retired on the fielder's choice to end the inning. So the Cubs strand a runner. They do not score. We go to the bottom of the 9th of a 7-1 ball game. Ian Hamilton coming back out to duel with the Mets lineup here in the bottom of the 9th inning. This is not a save situation. However, Hamilton is looking to close out the game with a 7-run lead. The Mets are going to send Amed Rosario up to the plate to pinch hit here in the bottom of the 9th. He is pinch hitting for the number 9 spot. Rosario has 8 home runs, 12 RBIs, and a .250 batting average on the season. Hamilton working with a 1-ball count. Here comes the pitch, and there's a grounder to second. Horner has it. He throws to first. That's out number 1. Hamilton now facing Jimenez with 1 out, nobody on. Here's the 1-ball count. Hamilton delivering the pitch. And a liner into right field. That's going to be a 1-out single. So Hamilton allowing the single, and he now has to work from the stretch as Brandon Nimmo comes up to the plate with 1 out, 1 man on. Hamilton working with a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. The punch out with a slider down and away for out number 2. And now Dominic Smith comes up as the Mets are down to their final out with a runner on first, bottom of the 9th inning, 2 outs. Dominic Smith is 0 for 4 today. Hamilton working with a 1-1 count. There's a grounder to second. Horner charges. He has it. He throws to first, and that ends the game. So the Cubs are victorious, 7-1 here in New York, as the Cubs getting 7 runs on 11 hits with 1 error. The Mets 1 run on 7 hits with 2 errors. The player of today's game is the Cubs' Danny Santana. No surprise there. Santana, 4 for 5 with 2 home runs and 5 RBIs in the game. He has increased his season total to 8 home runs and 36 RBIs. So the Cubs improving to 44-22 as the Mets drop to 28-38. Thank you for watching Replacement Player Baseball.